Thanks for watching our videos. So today we've got a 21 and newer F-150. So this is a video we're going to do for instruction purposes only. So we've had a lot of calls over the last year or so. We do have paper instructions right here, but I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you either didn't read them or you don't want to read them. So anyway, we're going to go through this instruction on how to do or tune a 21 and newer F-150. This is 3.5, 2.7, and 5 liter. So the first thing everybody's got to do is grab their tuner and plug it into the computer, but don't plug it in just yet. So first step we're going to do is grab our tuner, set it to the side. We want to make sure we go to Livernois Motorsports instructions and downloads. Easiest thing to do, you click on the first button there, has the My Calibrator Touch tuner up there, not the older one. It'll automatically start downloading in the background. I'm not going to show everybody how to go through and install that. That's another video. But go to your start menu. This is Windows 11. Windows 10 might be a little different. Launch the program. Going to go ahead and take our micro USB that comes in the kit right here, and we're going to actually plug it in. It's directional, so make sure you put it in the right way. And it's got about a 45-second boot up time. So it's a little longer than the older device, but this device here, it's really like a mini computer. It does a lot of things. So just be patient, wait for it to load. We're going to wait for it right here. So let's go ahead and we can watch that. It's loading. And once it goes to the splash screen, it should allow us a little bit of time. There it goes. I just heard Windows beep. Or recognize the USB here. So it should any second now. There's the splash screen. Poof. Now this is where you got to enter your registration info. I'm just going to go through it real quick. Get the caps off. So that email does not work. Put in a phone number. Hit register. It's going to go through. It will automatically update the device. This is definitely the first step you want to do here. If you don't update it, you're going to see stuff like call tech support, or if it's a new strategy. So I'm just going to hit the update button again just to be sure. You don't have to do that, but in case you just want to be ultra, boom, you're good. So now it's updated. Once that's updated, let's go ahead and unplug it. And we're going to take our OBD2 cable and go in the truck. I want to come around here and show everybody where the port is at. So it's under here. Plug it in. And again, same thing. It's going to be something like a 45-second delay while it boots up. Just be patient. That's the best thing to do here. There's a splash screen. You'll want to hit agree, if you can see that. So, and then this is a push button start. So one tap on this truck will get this into on mode or accessory. On mode meaning engine off, key on. So one click. We're going to go to module info. It's going to give you all the data. Now this truck is good. It's already supported. It's on the database. If you didn't see this, you would see something that said call tech support. If that happens, you're going to want to go back to the computer, or actually not go back to the computer, call our tech support, let them know what you have here. We'll add it to the database within a short amount of time, we can update it. You plug this back into the computer. It will now update this device. When you plug it in, it'll look something similar to this. It'll be ready to go. So next step here is to go through programming. So we're going to hit the programming button, turn ignition on. It's already on. Now we want to save stock cal. Boom. Continue to require connection to the ECU directly with the LME adapter cable. We're going to hit continue. Boom. Connect this ECU with the LME adapter cable. So you will hit the back button. You're done at this point right now. So you go ahead and turn the truck off. Make sure you shut it off. Unplug this. And now we want to go to the truck. Well, we got to pop the hood too. So I'll put this right here. We're going to grab our adapter cable, right? Pretty simple. I'm going to put this guy over here. So, first thing we need to do here, we've got the ignition off, that's most important. If you leave the ignition on, you're going to have all kinds of check engine lights. Then you're going to call us and we're going to tell you that there's nothing wrong with it, but you'll have to drive it and get those codes away. So try to avoid leaving the key on while you're doing this. So I always start from the right side to the left, and you want to make sure all three of these are unplugged before you even think about plugging that in. So if you can zoom in right here, these things are kind of a little bit of a pain to get off. They won't pop like that. So there's a little center clip that you got to press at the same time. And then once that happens, pull it back, no problem. Grab the connector, put it off to the side. Now the other one over here, so this truck, this is actually my truck, this thing, same thing on this connector here. Unfortunately, this one is broken off. This truck was built in the beginning of 2022, and it actually sat on the lot, and I'm assuming somebody back and forth with a PCM broke this. So I didn't break it. It was like that before we got it. So push that connector in. Again, be careful, because obviously somebody wasn't careful on this one. Push that in, again, pull this back, and you could kind of work the back of the connector as well to kind of pull it at the same time. Same thing. Push it off to out of the way. Now this one right here, same thing as the one on the right. Push the connector in right there. Again, it's almost a two-hand job. Push it. Again, let's try to pull it off as we're moving the gray clip. Comes off like a piece of cake. Push that off to the side. Now we'll take this connector here. Pretty simple. Hopefully nobody screws this up. Red to red, black to black. Red to red, black to black. Because I know this thing takes 40 seconds to boot up, I am going to go ahead and plug this in now. It's going to start booting up. Now this connector on an F-150, it's the leftmost connector. Again, really, really simple. What I like to do, and I try to show everybody this thing fits only one way. It won't go this way, it won't go that way. The clip's got to be, or I should say the gray arm's got to be on the left side of it. So what I like to do is kind of push it in here, and if you push in the back right here, you'll hear it snap a little bit. Okay, that means you know it's seated properly. Then you can literally just push the gray clip and listen for it to snap. Now we know it's in there. So this thing's booted up now. It's just like you're basically in the truck, but you're not. Internally, this thing is switched to under hood mode. It's a completely different mode. So we go to programming. Are you connected to the ECU with the LME adapter cable? That's a yes. Continue. You're going to want to save stock file. It's a quick process, but it's going to save the entire region of that PCM. Will take some time, but it's In terms of flashing, if this was over the OBD2, would be substantially longer reading and writing a PCM. So this is, while it's a little bit more of a painful process, there are some things about this I like better. It's faster. There's almost no chance of anything happening to the ECU doing this. It's a very safe method. So we'll just continue to wait here, maybe another minute or two, and it should be done. There it goes, really fast towards the end. There's a lot of dead space in there too that's not actually has a lot of data. So it's getting towards the end right here. Boom, it's all done. It says the key off, kind of ignore that. Just hit back and you go ahead and disconnect one of these cables here. Shuts it off. So we're gonna leave this connected for purposes of coming back later and plugging this in and flashing it. Typically, you might have a day delay or some period of delay, especially if it's a new strategy we don't support. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug this from here. Go back to the PCM, or excuse me, the PC. Plug our cable back in. Again, same thing, another 45-second process or so for this to boot back up. Okay, so now it's recognizing that the tuner's plugged in, it's powered up. It's actually automatically exporting your stock file right to our web server. So if you're on the phone with any of our tech guys, or if you send your email request in, and I'll show you how to do that in a second, if you reference your serial number, they will be looking at the same stuff that you're looking at. And so we can easily identify what your vehicle is and what the strategy is. We may try to make it as simple as possible. So let's wait here. So it says contact your dealer for calibrations. Great. Oop, that went away. Sorry about that. So another important part you're going to need to do, don't call us yet. You want to click this button here for tune request. And the info that we showed in the truck that had the actual information on it, you can click this form, put your email, your name, all the stuff that's relevant to this, your calibration that we've seen earlier, just fill out all the required fields. You hit submit, we will get an email that'll let you know, when the tune is ready. It may be as ready as soon as a few minutes. It could be 24 to 48 hours. So we'll come back in a second. After we load the tune on this remotely, we'll update it. We'll show you that in 1 second. Okay, so if you followed the first half of the video, you should have sent your request in now. You've received your email that says it's ready. Now you plug your tuner back into your PC. It will automatically download it, but I've had this one plugged in. So I'm just gonna hit the update button over here. And we loaded 2 calibrations on this device. So it's gonna take it a minute to send the tune from our server directly to this device. Just be patient with it. Now you can see it's all done. You'll have both your calibrations right in your window, and additionally your stock one. So we're gonna disconnect this guy, walk back over to the device. It's still in under hood mode because we have not plugged this under the dash. So we'll wait just a little bit for this to update. See? So we're back at our main screen. Very simple. Programming, continue, yes. Performance, now you see now it's got performance cals now it's loaded. Performance cals, towing, and the 9193 Performance. I'm gonna pick the 9193 Performance. Hit continue. And this is an extremely fast process. So it's writing the blocks right now, and it's only writing the blocks that are changed in the whole PCM. So you'll notice it'll slow down here and there throughout the process, but for the most part, there's a lot of stuff that's remained unchanged. There it is, it's all set. So just hit back. We're gonna do the reverse process of how we installed this. Unplug this, move this out of the way. Make sure both of these are disconnected. Again, same thing, you got the button here in the center. Move the gray connector. Move this out of the way. And you start by putting in from left to right. I like the sequence. Again, push the back of the connector. You'll feel it, it's on there, but you'll notice this doesn't move. So you'll wanna kinda seat this in, kinda push it. You hear it click. Now it's basically almost on. It makes it very easy just to, boom. This one, same thing. Let's try to center it. So you see it clicked. And it, as you press it, you can see it almost moves the gray piece with it. Now you know you're doing it the right way. It clicks. This one doesn't click again because somebody broke this before we received it. This is a power boost, so you won't see this on every vehicle, only the 3.5 power boost. Again, push in the center, you see the gray connector moved, boom, it's good. So now we're pretty much ready to go. So we're gonna go to the truck now. We're gonna take this. So we're gonna plug this in, same place. It's gonna take it a little bit of time, again, to boot back up. Now this process we're doing here, it's still in under hood mode. So let's make sure the vehicle runs. This can be loading up while we're doing this. This being a power boost, doesn't always start normal, but give it a little gas. You can hear it's actually running, so everything's good. No check engine lights. If there is a check engine light, you can go through here and delete it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key back on. So we're all set at this portion. I do want to add a little bonus material in this video real quick. This thing does do data logging, but first we're gonna go ahead and get this out of under hood mode. So if I go to data logging now, it's gonna tell me continuing will require connection with the vehicle's OBD2 cable. You're just gonna hit continue on that. Device requires a power cycle. So it's gotta go from under hood mode to in cab mode. So we're just gonna repower this back on and it should be good. We'll give it a second to boot back up, and then I wanted to show you the data logging. The one nice thing about our device, when you do data logging on this, and I have my actual device sitting up here, it comes with a suction cup, or if you didn't buy the suction cup, you can buy it separately. But I leave mine up all the time, and as long as you're on the data log screen, when you turn the key off or ignition or button, whatever you want to call it, when you turn that off, the screen stays lit for about 15, 20 seconds, maybe a minute at some portion, and it will shut off and come back on at the same data log screen you were at. So I'm just gonna set this one up real quick. We're gonna go ahead and actually start this. You might not hear nothing because it's a power boost. There it goes. So go to gauges. I don't know if you can see this screen very well, but it's gonna go through and validate all the PIDs, because not every PID is supported with each vehicle. So it's gonna go ahead and save it. All right, so now here's your screen, right? This is a little different touchscreen than most people are used to, so you don't have to be right on top of it. So you just press this right here, it's gonna bring you to this. Some of the SAE PIDs, where that up here. So you can move your hand out of the way. I don't know if you noticed that. So you don't have to be on top of it. So if you come over to the side, SAE, and then we click on it, go to RPM, click on it. So this is one of my favorite features or PID items. I'm gonna go to SAE. It's in a couple spots. Fuel level. So there it is, it's 91, right? 91%, so it goes from 0 to 100. It's one of my favorite features. I'll load some other stuff in here. Let's do long-term. Throttle, actual throttle angle, whatever's in here, you leave it in there like that. You can pick a ton of stuff. When I'm done with this thing does save it, but the best way to save this is to go back out of it, go down to settings, save settings. It'll save that data log in there. Go to the brightness. I think it's too bright for all the time, so I'll run it to 5 or 4. It's just I think 4 is probably a good one for night and also during the day. Save settings again, that's out of there. And again, if you leave this on the data log screen, when you go ahead and shut this off, this will stay like that. It'll slowly go away. We're not going to stay here for the video to show that, but there it goes. It goes blank right there. But it will eventually black the screen out, and then when you come back to it later, it'll light up just like you're there. Anyway, hope this video was informative for everybody, and it helps clear up some of the 21 and newer F-150, how you actually program it. Thanks for watching.